Hey, it's your boy. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another stream. As promised, some Formula One 2019 multiplayer. If you do want to join, my friends, then you can add me on PSN at Budfool211, or you can come and find the room. It's an unranked lobby that's open. It's an open lobby. You guys can come in and join. At the moment, we're just waiting for some people, so hopefully we'll get some people coming in and joining. And if all else fails, then we can go back and keep doing some career mode. Just quickly, my friends, I just need to do a Instagram post because that is an important thing to do with something like this. Josh says hello. Hello, my friend. Nice to see you again. How are you doing today? Ugh. I've literally come from playing the game to now streaming, so I haven't necessarily prepared to the usual standards that I prepare to for a stream. So just got to do the usual Instagram post. It's not how you spell with. Link in bio. And then paste. Beautiful. Right. Yeah, so no, we are going to be doing some multiplayer. This is going to be first opportunity for me to try multiplayer car. I'm very, very excited, happy about that. So yeah. Josh is good. Still deciding if I should get an iPad or a graphics card for my PC. Well, a graphics card, here's my 2 cents. A graphics card is only going to be as useful as the other hardware that's in your PC. So if the other hardware in your PC is somewhat decent, I'd go with the graphics card. But if a new graphics card really isn't going to add anything to your PC whatsoever, regardless of how good the graphics card is, then I'd go with the iPad. I think you'd get better use out of it. So yeah. Oh, before we go further in the stream, just do the usual housekeeping. Hello everybody, hope you're doing well today. My name is Jared Hayson. I am a variety streamer down here in New Zealand. If you are new here, please do consider giving us a follow or subscribing. If you're returning, make sure you do share the channel, guys. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. Now, with that out of the way, I'll show you a couple of things I got today whilst we're waiting a little bit for some people to show up. Got a couple... for those of you who are returning viewers, you know I'm a bit of a game collector. Got a couple of Switch games today, a couple of new Switch games. Super Mario Maker 2 that just came out, I think it was yesterday. There, you got that. And then New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Alright, let's have a look, see at this little problem that Josh reckons is... I don't know if that's an issue. It might be. I'm looking at the cam right now. Yes, you are correct, my friend. That is an issue. Let me see if I can fix it. Editor. That's interesting. I don't know why it's doing that. Wasn't doing that yesterday. All right. All right, let's try that. See if that fixes the issue. Hey, we got the issue fixed. Beautiful. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Right, yeah. So just had to adjust the audio delay slightly. But yeah, so 2 new Switch games. Very, very happy for that. You might even potentially see one of these in a stream coming up soon, depending on if I can get the Switch to work with my graphics card, or whether or not I need to go and get a new graphics card. Right. Whilst... How do I... So, we can't do anything, unfortunately, until other people show up. So, gives people an opportunity to ask me some questions in the chat, should they wish to. So yeah, just gotta hopefully wait for some people to show up. Hold on, I might just send an invite to... might just send an invite to our friend here, SF Senna, from the other night. Josh says, we can find out. Also thought Mario Maker 2 was an April Fool's prank. Very much no, it was an actual game. Very, very excited to get it. Because I missed out on playing the original Super Mario Maker. And was very, very happy to find out that they were releasing one for Switch. So I was all too happy to get that. And play it, really. Yeah, no, I was all too happy to get that, and I haven't yet tried it out. But yeah, so finally we have a player ready to go. He's got a microphone. Hopefully we'll be able to get to some racing here. Fingers crossed. Josh, the thing that sucks about Mario Maker are the levels that are unbeatable by trolls. Well, by Nintendo's policies, all the levels created for Super Mario Maker must be beatable. But there are some levels that are incredibly difficult to beat. They're not unbeatable, but they are incredibly, incredibly difficult. There was one that I saw on YouTube the other week, which fit into that category quite well, in which it wasn't unbeatable, but it was a case of, I think only 4 people had ever beaten it out of a huge amount of downloads. So that did make it quite difficult. Right, we're going to lower the downforce. We're going to do our usual setup for the car. Actually, I've got to remember to save this setup because I've been forgetting to save setups. I've been forgetting to save setups for... I won't save any multiplayer setups that we end up doing, because I think that's probably a bad idea. Probably bad to save a multiplayer setup in case it doesn't end up working out. So hopefully Now, I've put the AI a little easier than I run in career mode just because of the range of people that will probably end up playing with us. So, yeah, I am not too concerned. So I've lowered the multiplayer difficulty a little bit. Also, we're running one of the skins that you get with Legends Edition, which is the Alarm Prost skin. Oh, a little wide on turn 1, that's okay. First time trying out the multiplayer car, so having to get to grips with this car for the first time. I haven't had an opportunity to try it out since the last stream on Friday, as really today's been my only opportunity to play F1 2019 since Thursday, sorry, because yesterday I was out pretty much all day and had no time to play the game. So one thing I'll say about the multiplayer car so far is grips reasonably well, but it feels a little slow, and I'm not sure if that's just me not really understanding the car very well or the setup. Oh, and I'm in the wall.
That looked bad. Let me know you're all right.
Tag says, "Yo, I'll get on in a second." Very good, my friend. Very good. Be fun to have you. Josh says also there was a horror game called Ao Oni, which is an RPG game that I recommend. I'm always down for an RPG, but I'm not a big horror game fan. Not because I don't like them. I played Evil Within once. Hated it. Utterly hated it. I could not stand it. Where is our other friend on here who is... So, clearly the AI is maybe a little bit too strong for our friend here, but that is okay. I don't know where we were in the standings. I mean, we could have been first, we could have been anywhere. I don't know. And I should have got some water before the stream. But I did not, and that's a failing of me. So, was playing this game a little earlier today, playing some more career mode. Did 3 races, Canada, France, and Austria. And this game, I think, really does highlight the performance difference between a brand new engine and a worn out engine. I was running worn out engine for France, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, was I so down on power on the straights, it was unreal. Now, hopefully this guy's not an idiot, because he's going to make himself look really embarrassing on a Twitch stream if he is going to be a bit of an idiot. So, hopefully we can get through some of the AI as a little bit of a buffer between myself and him. I don't know how well the AI are going to be on a multiplayer server as well. Literally, we're in uncharted territory for the server. Also, with the AI being a little lower paced than what I usually run in career, it will probably allow us to be a little bit more conservative, as I won't have to push so hard to beat the AI. I'll just have to push to beat other players, provided that we're able to get some other players that are able to run at a decent speed. Oh, bugger! Why is that choosing in time penalty? Why? Of course, no flashbacks in multiplayer, so I am going to pit this lap to replace this wing. And then we can just spend some time getting used to this car. I think that's probably actually more beneficial for us at this point, rather than going around doing laps in a car that we have no idea how to drive with. Unfortunately, the other player who was in here has left. That's alright. I'm actually not too bummed about that. It gives us the opportunity to get to grips with the car. little bit of scrapes on the car. But yeah, no, so this is the Alan Prost skin that you get if you got the Legends Edition. Unfortunately, I would have done the Senna one as I am a Senna fan. However, the Senna one's actually quite ugly, which is a shame. The Prost one is definitely a lot nicer of a skin. So, right, let's just conk in some good laps. Get to grips with this car. And then if we get to grips with the car, we should be good for future races. The AI, on the other hand, are arseholes. And thanks to the AI, we are now in this said position. So that's alright, gives me opportunity to learn the car and just get some more experience with the track. And also, finishing the race will be good for experience, because one of the trophies is getting to level 50, which is just nuts. So, give me a good opportunity. I will say it is annoying that you can't use the car in time trial or Grand Prix, that this is the only place that you can use it. When they said that they were designing a spec car for the game, I was hoping that you would be able to use it outside of multiplayer. It seems like that is not the case. I haven't been able to find any option yet outside of multiplayer. It may be something they introduce in a patch later on, which I really hope they do, because I really would like to be able to drive this car outside of multiplayer. But we'll see. Of course, mirrors as outboard as they can be without being outboard mirrors, which of course are banned in F1 now, these days. Even though I quite like them. I like the most controversial of aerodynamic aids. I like the shark fin, I like the outboard mirrors. So, you know, I just like all the controversial things. Reduce our ERS. Well, we have reduced our ERS to kind of get a little boost. Let's just stick it in cockpit cam. Just do a clean drive. Just make up a bit of time. Not that we're going to be able to catch up to the AI by the end of the 5 laps. Remember guys, if you would like to play along, it is an open lobby, so you can, or if you can add me on PSN at bud4211, and you can jump into the lobby with me and race along, and depending on how we go, we might get into some career mode a little bit later, but for right now we're good. Josh says also there's a game I like called the Joy of Creation Story Mode. It's free. Hold on. It's free. It's free on Game Jolt and worth your time. The mechanics are unique, it's challenging and a lot of fun. I've never heard of Game Jolt. That is not a website I'm familiar with, and I tend to have a thing against websites that I'm not familiar with. So, me checking that game out might be conditional on whether or not Game Jolt is a legitimate site or not. So, right, again, another purple sector 1. So, again, we're on for another fast lap. Once you kind of get to grips with this car, it actually handles quite well. But I'd love to know, because obviously this was a car built specifically for the game, how do they know this car's performance relative to, say, a Ferrari or a Mercedes or a Red Bull? You know, is it faster than a Red Bull? Is it slower than a Red Bull? Is it faster than a Mercedes? Is it slower than a Mercedes? Is it on par with the Mercedes? Faster or slower on par than with the Ferrari? You know, is it as fast, on par, or slower than a Williams, for God's sake? Which I really hope isn't the case. The car doesn't feel as slow as a Williams, but then again, I haven't really spent a lot of time with the Williams in the game, so... Right, this is going to be another fastest lap, a 125.5 dead, pretty much. We keep just kind of pushing and trundling along. I'll up the engine mode to rich for this lap, see if we can do a far faster lap. Again, just pushing everything we can out of the car. Good run through the corners. It's utilizing all the grip from the tires, from the downforce. The setup's good. The car's fighting to the track. So far, we're up again in the first sector. Not by a massive amount, but we're still up. Again, up. Now we're probably going to go under the time. We are actually slowly catching up to the AI the AI ahead. Not the AI behind, the AI ahead. Again, we're up a little bit in Sector 2, but we've just lost a bit of time through turn 11-12 as the rear end got a little bit out from underneath us. Looking the car to the right into turn 15, the penultimate corner. Good run through turn 15 into 16. Oh, a little wide, that's alright. I mean, we weren't... The lap was kind of down the tubes by the time we got to turn 11-12, unfortunately. So, you know, not too bummed out about that. Not too bummed out about that. Yay for women. Right, that should hopefully raise us up a level. It does, fantastic. Alright, so hopefully for the next race we'll be able to get some people in and enjoying a solid race with us. Right, let's change the track. What track have I not yet driven in the game? Let us go for... So I'm up to Silverstone in the career, but so far I have not yet driven in-game Mexico. Let's go Mexico. Actually, let's line up the next few tracks. We'll go Mexico. We will go... don't do parties, my friend. I'm dreadfully sorry. Let's go... Oh, I mean, I can join the party, I suppose. I just won't... He won't be able to hear me. That's all, so he won't be able to hear me. And we won't be able to hear... we'll just...
Hello?
Mute him. Mute. Alright. Right, yeah, so let's go Belgium, Italy, let's go Bahrain short, France, because I do like France, Germany. Alright, so let's do races. I will point out, I will actually point out this, I was going to mention this at the start of the stream and I didn't. Please do note, guys, that if we do a party on stream, I'm not one for doing voice chat. So I'm quite happy to do multiplayer streams, but I'm not one for voice chat, because ultimately I cannot control you guys. I cannot control what you say. And that is probably one of the biggest reasons why I do not. And I've been burned too many times. If you've watched some of our multiplayer streams in the past, I've been burned too many times by people who think it's funny to, you know, bend the rules and to be an idiot. So, yeah, so please just be aware of that, guys, that if we do some multiplayer, that it is just solely you guys are playing with me. It's not a case of we get to do voice chat or anything like that, because I have been burned in the past. I cannot control you guys and what you guys say. So ultimately for me, that does mean I do have to unfortunately decline. I don't mind being in a party, so to speak, but I will mute you guys and I will yeah, I will mute you guys, and I will not participate in any chat. So yes, right. Let's do our car setup. Right, we're just going to go with our usual setup. Just keep it relatively default. With this, we might just but we got a long straight. Might just do that because we don't want the aerodynamics to be too overpowering, especially with a long straight. Right, so we are going to have to watch our ERS deployment. DRS. As soon as we max out, we will lower the DRS. Okay, we've pretty much hit that point now. Right, braking into turn 1. A little wide, but not too bad. Good run through turn 2 and 3. Right, up the ERS a little bit to help get us to our VMAX pretty quickly. Again, lower it again, brake just after the 100 meters board, turn in. Good clip of the apex there. Turn in for turn 5. Turn 6, double apex, hit the second one, run the car out wide. We're coming into turn 7 now. Brake a little early. Ride the curbs. Again, it's a little fast through here, so you just have to be a little careful. We don't want to run wide. Whoa! A little bit of tail slapper there. We unstable the car quite early, braking at about 75 meters coming into the stadium section. Again, this hairpin's quite tight, so you got to brake real early, get in real early as well, get on the power, ride the curbs through the next part of the corner, up on the curbs, run out the car out wide towards the wall, and bang. Pole? Yes? No? Yes, pole. Beautiful. I would say that was actually a pretty clean lap. I was quite happy with that. I thought it was going to be a lot more. So we're about a 10th up on our friend SF Senna. So we are doing, well, about a 10th up. So that should mean it'll be a tight, challenging race. The only thing I might do is I might just add another point of downforce in the front. However, I did think the rear was a little loose. So actually probably raising the rear downforce probably wouldn't be that too much of a negative. Yeah. Tag says scruffy lap from me. Well, I mean, you're only about a 10th off me, my friend. So you know you seem to be doing pretty well. All right, so I'm gonna yeah, I'll up the front downforce by a point, see if that helps me out. So my friend SF Senna is running the Senna skin, so there you can kind of get a look at it there, guys. I don't personally like it as much as the Prost one, but all right, here we go. Start of the race. The AI is going to swamp us. Going to move to the left, or to the right here, so I can cover the inside line going into turn 1. Gonna brake at about 75 meters. Just to make sure we don't hit. Got the inside of turn 3, power out. Right, lower the ERS deploy because again, we don't want to run out of it too quickly. Oh, that was wide but deep. We had to maintain the position, so a few little risks here and there are not going to... a few little risks here and there are probably going to be worth it just in order to ensure that we keep first place. We want to start off strong with a win. Oh, little wide coming out of that section there, but that's okay. Right, lower the ERS a little bit more coming into the stadium section. Right, remember we upped the wing. So far I can definitely feel its effect. And I definitely believe that it has helped out. Right, so down the straight we will up the ERS a little bit, stick the fuel onto rich. Right, we are now I think just out of DRS range. Got about a second gap to SF Senna behind us. Braking at about 75 meters again for turn 1. Good apex, get it in for turn 2 and for turn 3. Good run out of the exit there. Again, just checking behind us, making sure that we're not being hunted down by the guys behind. Again, braking about 75 meters for turn 4. Turn 4, you can run a little bit wide because, again, turn 5 is so slow. And then the double apex of turn 6. That was wide, that was deep, that was not great. Right, through the S section here. Again, the most important thing is stabilizing the rear of the car because the car can get out from underneath you, as we just saw, but that was a far cleaner run through there than last lap. A lot of 75 meter braking zones here, which I think kind of is emblematic of this circuit. Not a lot of high level braking zones as such. So far, everything going really well. We're pulling out a gap, fastest lap, and 17.8. We're just outside of DRS zone. Again, we'll up the ERS a little bit, but not too much. We don't have that much ERS massively left. Oh, bugger. Oh, stuffed up the braking into turn 1 quite a bit because I was not focusing on the braking boards. However, I'm not sure if it lost us time. Lost us about 0.2 of a second, but didn't really lose us any time to SF Senna behind. I think it was only about 0.06 of a second that it really lost us. Riding the curbs well, the car's performing well, the car's gripping well, the setup pretty good. However, a bit more rear stability would be nice. And whoa, as you can see there, rear's kind of coming out a little bit from underneath me. So I think a little bit more rear stability would be nice. Stiffen up the car a bit more, reduce the body roll. Just helps stiffen up that rear of the car. Bit more aerodynamic stability. Right, 2 laps left to go. Right, so SF Senna's now in the DRS. We might see him come into play. Let's up it to Rich again. We got 2 laps left to go. We're running out of ERS, which isn't ideal. Alright, good run through the S's there. Right, we're going to lower the ERS to low going through the S's just to help us charge it for the main straight. Right, stuff it down back to low. Easy on the wheel movements through the S's here. Just want to get through here relatively cleanly, a little bit wide there, but that's okay. No harm, no foul. Clipping the curb nicely. Good run out of there. Right, let's up the ERS. Oh, and he spun. SF Senna spun. Spun coming out of the stadium. Juan says, hey, bruh. Hello, my friend. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing well from wherever you're joining us in the world. Right, so race has kind of won for us there, so we can kind of probably turn it down a little bit and just kind of cruise to the finish. Our main competition, SF Senna, spun coming out of the stadium section. So just a nice cruise to the finish. Much like Hamilton did in France. Just a nice cruise. Hopefully Austria this weekend is a little bit more difficult for him. Remember, guys, if you do want to play online with us, we're playing on PS4. The lobby is open, so if you want to get in, have a play with us, feel free to. We're going to come to an easy victory, but one that was won for us at the end of the last lap with SF Senna spinning out, coming out of the stadium. I will say, it only became an easy victory to SF Senna's credit. He was giving me a run for my money, man. You know, it seems we're quite matched on pace, which is nice. It's nice to have it's nice to race with someone who is very similar in pace. So in the case of this time, the Prost car came out on top over the Senna car, but who knows? In the next race, it could be Senna over Prost. That was a fun race. My condolences to Tag for spinning coming out of the stadium, my friend. That was harsh. You know, do I want to say cracked under pressure? I don't know. Tag says put Austria and maybe I'll be closer. I think we can do that. Bear in mind, my friend, I was just playing Austria in the career, so you know, you might find yourself, you know, I'm pretty handy at Austria, not gonna lie. Right, we'll add Belgium to the back end of this. You know, I'm pretty handy at Russia, so. So we got an Australian, DT Raj, also in. Who knows? Maybe this guy will give us a run for our money. Tag. Tag says I cracked a little bit too hard. I mean, prior to that, man, you were keeping me on my toes, man. You know, I made a mistake going into turn 1 on lap 3, so. You know, it's very easy to make a mistake when you're battling hard. I mean, look what happened in Canada. Sebastian made a mistake. Now, again, that, you know, you could debate whether or not that was a mistake made under pressure from Lewis or because he had back markers in front of him that he was trying to overtake. The downfalls of his car was disturbed. So, you know, there's a lot of... Now, did I save Austria's setup? No, I did not. Okay, I gotta remember what I ended up with for Austria. I think I was running 7-7. I think I always end up doing... Oh, bugger, I couldn't finish my setup. Alright, well, we are not running my ideal setup whatsoever. So, this is either going to go well for me or terribly. This is why I should figure out my setups well in advance of these races, so I'm not in this position. The good thing is that because I run with traction control on medium, I have far more control over the grip coming out of the corners, out of the wheel spin, which is immensely helpful. Because I remember playing F1 2018, 2017, you'd come out of these slow speed corners, you'd go to apply the power, and the car just felt so slow. Right, seems we've got a purple second sector, 46 dead. Let's see what the lap time at the end of the lap ends up being. Hopefully you don't run too wide coming through turns 9 and 10. And we are on pole, 106.2. Tag says Urs runs out way too fast. I totally agree. The Urs this year runs out way too fast, but it makes me wonder if they were maybe not a bit too conservative on the Urs last year. Maybe this year they finally got the Urs more in line with how it is in real life. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it may just be that the Urs this year in the game is far more representative of what it is in real life. But yeah, so... But no, a lot of fun. So, it's been more of a challenge this year. you know, managing the ERS. I was running a race earlier today in France where, you know, my ERS was just running out like a madman, so... But France was interesting. I was losing so much time on the straights because my engine was like at 80% wear. Alright, here we go. 5 laps around Austria. Waiting for DT Raj, who's currently starting somewhere down the grid. I can't see where he is. Right, here we go. Alright, good start again from my end. Braking at 50 meters for turn 1. A little wide on the exit. Right, just going to reduce the ERS again. Right, we got our friend SF Senna coming in for a move around the outside. I'm going to cover the inside line. Good drive out of turn 3.
That's a decent start.
Coming down into turn 4. Braking at the Rolex board. Taking the inside line. Try not to come out too wide so I don't push him off the track. He's going to... Oh!
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
Well, I'm out. I'm not fully sure what happened there, Tag. Hopefully I didn't take you out. At least on purpose. I'm not 100% sure what happened. I was doing my best to give you the space, but then I'm not 100% sure what happened. Alright, so we've got... I think DT... Can't tell if DT Raj is out. It's my friend Tags in the pits, getting a new nose cone. Alright, let's have a look at what's going on at the front. Lucas Roth. Move being undertaken by Marie Lawson. She's got the spot. She's up to first. We will ride on board my friend Tag as he makes up time from the pit stop. I unfortunately am out of this race. Josh says, I'm back. I ate a pretzel. I hope the pretzel was very tasty. However, I am not a big fan of pretzels. Don't particularly like the taste of them that much, but that's just me personally. It's also not really a big New Zealand... Pretzels are not really big here in New Zealand. They're not as big of a thing here in New Zealand as what they are over in the States, so... One thing very interesting about this multiplayer car is how those mirrors should not actually be able to stay on without some level of additional reinforcement, hence why most of the teams are running additional reinforcement on the mirrors this year. They're also quite high as well. I'm quite surprised how much they protrude away from the monocoque of the car. But my friend SF Sen, he's catching up. You know, slowly but surely, he's catching up to the guys, to the AI. Will he be able to get them before the end of the race? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. let's have a look at the battle at the top of the grid. Lucas Roth. Oh, it's a battle going on between the first two. Roth has lost out to Lorison on the main straight, but looks, he's got DRS. He's going to look to make a move. He's gone to the left-hand side of Lorison, going up into turn 3. I think he's going to outbrake her, potentially. Still running side by side. He got better drive out of turn 3 than Lorison. Off he goes. Lorison has DRS, though, so she will be able to attack going into turn 4. She tries to remove down the left-hand side. At the outside, turn 4 isn't close enough to make the move stick. However, she now looks like she's dropped back a tiny little bit, and she's got Mikalski. Yeah, Mikalski on her tail. But there is that group of 4 at the front who realistically are in quite close proximity to one another. They've got a gap from Kaufman in 5th. And then it's pretty close between Kaufman, Forrest, Murray, Atea, and Levasseur. And we're coming up to the end of the race. And Roth is 1. Followed by Lorison, Mikalski, Neves, Kaufman, Forrest, Murray, Atea, Levasseur, Sari, Schleifer. It looks like it was a pretty close race at the front between those AI, which I mean is good news. So Correa coming round, DT Raj coming round, and then my friend Tag, who unfortunately due to an incident at the start between myself and him, is last. A little unfortunate. I do apologize for that, my friend. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I know that I was sticking to the right, but I'm not 100% sure if I came too much over to the left or what happened, but unfortunately it did take me out of the race. So unfortunately we weren't able to see in that race who really was the superior driver. I think the next race is at Monza. Should be a good test of straight line speed, as well as setup, because I haven't yet got to Monza. See, Tag says that I ran a little bit wide after the apex, but he should have left a bit more room. Sorry, no, sorry to... Hey man, I'm just as much sorry as you are. Unfortunately, it's one of those instances where 2 does not go into 1, and unfortunately, you know, that happens sometimes. It's racing. No harm, no foul. Right, now we're moving on to Monza. So we've done Mexico and Austria. Now we're going to be moving on to Monza. Then Bahrain Short, France, Germany, and Belgium. Looking forward to Belgium. I always do enjoy driving Belgium. Spa is my favorite F1 circuit. However, I will say this. I am a fan of Paul Ricard, and I know that the race this past weekend wasn't the greatest of all F1 races there's ever been. I will hold in my hand and agree to that wholeheartedly. But I also think the reaction has been way too overblown. I think, you know, because we had such a great race in France last year, this year's French Grand Prix left a little to be desired. But I don't think by any stretch of the imagination does that mean that we have to go into, you know, overload on, you know, how to fix F1 or whatever. I think, you know, Formula 1's fine. Right. Okay, we're going to go with just our default stock setup. Normal ride height. Let's see who is the king of Monza. Here we go. Right. Got to keep an eye on the ERS deployment. Braking to about 125 meters for the turn 1 chicane. Little wide. That's okay. Good exit. Deployment is still good. We might actually be able to get through this entire lap on ERS mode 5. However, I fully doubt it. Braking just off. Oh, I think I braked way too early for the chicane. A little bit of curb hopping. I always hate that chicane. I always really struggle with that chicane to get the line right. Braking just off 50 meter board for the first Lesmo. Braking at 50 meters for Lesmo 2. Clipping the apex semi-nicely there. Right, just going to reduce the ERS deployment slightly on the straight because we can make up for it through the fuel map and the DRS. Braking at 100 meters for Ascari. Coming through here, little snap of oversteer going through the last part of Ascari, heading towards the Parabolica. Again, we're going to brake just before 50 meters, turn it in, clip the apex a little late, let the car run out wide, use the green stuff on the exit. I have no idea where I'm going to be. I don't know who was fastest. Second. Second on the grid for the race by 69.069, and the jokes write themselves. Tag says Merc's dominance sucks. It really does, but it's looking so far from practice 1 and 2 that Ferrari and Red Bull are not that far away from... it doesn't look like Red Bull and Ferrari are that far away from Mercedes this weekend. It's gonna, Bottas is gonna be on the back foot with his crash in FP2. Hamilton, from what I've heard, doesn't sound too happy with the car. So, I mean, it could work out quite well. Right, I'm gonna add a step of front wing just to help me through some of the slower speed corners. I reckon had I not braked so early into the second chicane, I probably would have come out on top there. My friend, but here we go. All right, good start. Making a run on SF Senna. We're going too wide into the first chicane, braking at 100 meters. I've got the AI on my inside. I've got to give them space as well. Got to fight them off. They're not giving me much space, it seems, either. Thank you for that. Hoffman is trying to undertake me. Really is trying to undertake me. I really hate the chicane. Alright, the addition of the point of front downforce on the front wing actually has had a good improvement in the front end stability of the car, which is always good. So let's see if we can come in and try and steal another win. Gotta be careful on the acceleration, because we do not want to lose the rear. We are in a solid slipstream, braking at 50 meters, turning in, accelerating out. Senna's running a little wide. Right, we're going to lower the ERS again. Right, we're solidly in the slipstream, so now it's just a case of judging our braking point for turn 1. Good judgment on our part. Good exit. Let's try and see if we can keep it clean throughout the race. Braking just before 100 meters again. Not a fan of the chicane at all. I have to go very gingerly through that chicane because I don't trust myself through that chicane at all. Going semi-conservative a little bit on race pace because, again, we do not want to run into a situation where we spin the car around. But so far, feels good. Car is hooking up. The rear does not feel as loose as it did in... Oh, that was wide. The rear does not feel as loose as it did in Mexico, so that's good news. Right, I think we're going to get some DRS. No, we're not, but we are going to get the slipstream. We're going to pull out to the right.
1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
We're not fully there. I'm not going to brake late. I'm going to brake early, because I don't want to run wide, as my friend Senna has done, coming into the chicane. Alright, we're gonna try and make a run. Again, braking at about 100 meters for the chicane, taking curb. Good run through there. Decent run through Lesmo 1. See if we can get a good exit through Lesmo 2. DRS. Utilize the slipstream. I don't think we're going to get him this time, and I'm not even actually really going to try. Alright, good stabilization of the rear through there. Good run. Didn't really lose out a lot of time. Again, slipstream. Coming into the beginning of lap 4. Get slightly on the inside of Parabolica. Good exit. Right, we're going to get DRS coming down the straight here. Right, again, we're going to pull out to the right as before. We're going to have a little bit more extra top speed than Senna. Again, we're going to brake at about 125 meters. Again, don't want to brake late. We don't want to do a dive bomb in case it comes back to bite us in the arse. And it quite frankly, and quite often, can. So we're not going to be brash. We're just going to try and keep it smooth. Keep it steady. Because that is what is going to win us the race. Oh god, a little bit wide coming into the braking zone of Lesmo there. Got on the dirt, on the grass. Stuffed up my braking there. So now have to kind of go into a bit of recovery mode. Oh, little snap of oversteer at the first part of the Ascari chicane. Little snap of oversteer coming out of the last part of the Ascari chicane. Right, braking at the 50 meters board for Parabolica. We got a good run coming out of the Parabolica. On the DRS. Utilizing the slipstream, pulling out to the right. Got a good run, braking. Again, we don't want to try anything brash. Get a good run of the exit. Alright, you gotta be smart about it. Oh! Had to back out of that one slightly. Right at the last minute, as a matter of fact. Okay, fortunately got a much better run through there using the DRS. Through Ascari, again, just got to keep the car stable. Here we go. I think we're going to cross the line before I get an opportunity to overtake. That was close. That was very, very, very close. Okay, well, my friend's a dipshit. My friend, actually, some of you guys know him, Harry, has bought a PC, a gaming PC for $2 on Wish. With apparently a GTX 1060, Intel Core i7 8700K, a Gigabyte GA Z370p D3 board, and an ID cooling water-cooled radiator. Jesus Christ. Tag says, I ran out of fuel at the line. That was awesome. Funnest race I've had. Well, I'm glad we could provide some entertainment, my friends. That was a very good race. It was very close, very tight. You know, here's the thing, you know, is you could argue that why didn't I dive bomb Senna going down the inside into the chicanes? And the thing about it is, if I'd braked later, it would not have guaranteed that I would have been able to pull up in time. Braking 100 meters with DRS open on the inside line when I have to do the tightest turn in order to get into turn 1, it's not going to benefit me. And whilst it may push Senna wide, meaning I can keep the position, that's also not fair. It's all about making sure that the race is fair. And if it ain't fair, then it ain't fun. Right, now for Bahrain, we need to go to 85. On the brakes, because otherwise, as we discovered in our Bahrain career mode stream, front brakes can be quite shit. Right, got to make sure we don't lose the braking into turn 4 here, because remember, we're running the short version of Bahrain, not the long version. Alright, so with the fastest in sector 1, the car a little bouncy going through the back straight there. Ooh, little wide coming out of the top of the hill there. Still the fastest in sector 2. Braking. Turning in. Little wide. A decent line. DRS. 101.121, I think we're the fastest. Yes, we are. Remember, guys, if you are just joining the stream, hello and welcome. Today we are doing some F1 2019 multiplayer. If you want to join us, we're playing on PS4. It's an open lobby, so feel free to join. Feel free to come and join, have a race. We're having some great close racing. And yeah, if you are a new viewer, please do consider following or subscribing. And if you're a returning viewer, make sure you do share the channel, guys. This will probably be my last F1 2019 stream, because I want to move on to doing some other stuff. So probably next stream we'll go back to Planet Coaster, but I'm not 100% sure yet. It will really depend on then and how I feel. So yeah. Tag says, I got a lot of understeer. The last corner lost so much time. Yeah, the last corner can be a bit of a bitch, especially because as you come out of the last corner, it doesn't straighten up straight away. You still have to feed the car out for what is sort of like a double apex right-hander. However, you're nowhere near close to the inside of the corner for that last part. So it still kind of keeps curving around as you come outside. Here we go. Race number 3. Oh no, race number 4 actually, because it's race number 3 for me because I stuffed up. Right, gonna come in. Hey, I got hit. I got hit by something or somebody and I didn't see who it was. Right, getting past Roth. Sorry, Roth, but you're not clearly not good enough for me. Right, so now he has to chase down Senna. I do prefer the short version of Bahrain far more to the long version. Provided I can remember to actually brake coming out of turn 3. Right. Lower the ERS. Up the fuel map. Get in the slipstream. Try not to outbrake ourselves into turn 1. Through turn 4. Coming down the back straight. We got a good slipstream. We're not going to overtake coming into turn 6 here. Well, actually, it's more like turn 5. Going to get the overtake done. Oh, no. Lost the rear end coming through the fast right-hander in the dirty air. Just my luck. And now we have the fun job of getting through the AI. What undoubtedly would have been the fastest lap of the race has now ended up turning into a 1:08.2. And in the inside of Kaufman, going into turn 1. Completely shut the door. Deck. Going around the outside of turn 2. Into turn 3 and 4. Gonna get some DRS. We have a yellow flag ahead of us. Senna pulled off to the side of the track. Right, we're not going to lose the rear end coming through the top of the hill there. Get him under braking for the right-hander here.
Okay, clear.
Alright. Use the DRS on the AI down the front straight. Over there, powering off. Come to the left-hand side. Go around the outside of... Come on the inside of turn 4 to do another overtake. Hey. Right, DRS, right. We are down to... we're up to second. We've got a very laggy AI who just tapped us on the rear. Still on the inside. Right, now all we've got left is Roth, just keeping it, trying to keep it relatively smooth. Taxis, I was trying to let you get closer so we could race, but that went terribly wrong. Yeah, just a little bit, my friend, just a little bit. I was wondering what you were doing there on the left-hand side, and I was just very confused. Speaking of the inside, we're going to the outside to get a run on Roth. And we're now going to go the outside of turn 2 and pipped him into turn 3 and into the braking zone for turn 4. He's now going to have the DRS. We actually need to turn down our fuel map, or otherwise we're going to run out of fuel right before the end of the race. Roth just flat out smacked us. Just a flat out smack in the side of the car. Alright, so it's going to be a win for us. Unfortunately, a race of two tails, much like Made a mistake. Going up the hill. Spun. Managed to get it back from the AI. Unfortunately, our friend SF Senna fell down the grid. Oh, he's in the pits. And a trophy. I like me some trophies. That's so funny. Every time I listen to myself on the stream, just to check the audio volumes, I'm sure this happens with everybody. It's always so weird, and I'm not even used to it now, having listened to my own voice in videos and podcasts and streams for many years now. Is just how funny the differences between my voice that I hear and my voice that you guys hear. You know, the voice that I hear in my head. Don't waste your time on me, you're already the voice inside my head. And then of course the voice that you hear, you guys hear. So, alright, I think the next race is Germany, I want to say. Tag says, okay, this will be my last race because it's like where I am. That is quite alright, my friend. I hope you have enjoyed the racing so far. It's been a lot of fun. Alright, so we are at France. France! Hopefully we're going to have... Oh! We have a bunch, what seems like a bunch of additional players coming in. So this could provide some interesting racing. Let's see where these guys are. Remember guys, if you do want to play with us, we're playing on PS4. It's an open lobby, so anybody is welcome to join. But do remember guys, please keep it clean. We like some clean racing. We've had some good clean racing so far. I'm all about that clean racing. And I realized that if you were English, I just gave you the finger, because this is peace. This is fuck you in Britain. You know, this is equivalent to the finger in Britain. No idea why. Anyway, right. Now, I was racing on this track earlier and was having a lot of troubles with it, funnily enough. I don't know why either. So we're just going to go with our default, my usual default setup. Brakes at 80%. Alright, here we go. Qualifying in France. I love this track. I think it's great. Yeah, I love this track a lot. I think it's a great track to race at, a great track to drive. I have a lot of fun driving it. Over the crest of the hill there. So far, so good. Good lap, good run through turn 1 and 2. Solid through turn 3 and 4, going into turn 5. Through turn 6, and again, let the car run out wide onto the blue stuff. We're purple in sector 1. DRS, lower the ERS slightly. DRS, ERS. You think they could come up with some more original fucking acronyms for these devices that don't involve RS? Alright, we got about half a lap to go. Coming into the second sector, we're still purple with a 53.1. Coming through scene. Corner. Through the fast right-hander. You have to actually, I've kind of discovered the fast way through that corner is actually to slow down far more than what you think you have to. Through turn 13, I think. Alright, through the fast. Left-hander into the tight hairpin at the end of the track, at the end of the circuit, turn 15. Good run out of there. DRS. ERS management perfectly timed. Fastest lap of 1:31.819. Let's see where everybody else is. Alright, so... Oh, wow. So most of the other drivers... very, very far down the back. Setup working well. The only trouble corner is turn 2 coming over the crest. It can really... it lightens up the car, so it can really unsettle the rear. But again, throttle application will do that for you without you needing, you know, managing throttle application will solve the problem for you rather than needing necessarily to allow the car to just come out wide or turn more in. You turn more in, you're going to spin the car. You go out wide, you're going to get a penalty. So you just have to, you know, keep it smooth, keep it calm, keep it steady. Just do proper throttle application and you'll be all good. Right, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we are off. Alright, solid start. We pulled away slightly from the field. Again, we're going to stick to the inside line. Oh, who did I hit? A lot of cars in the back. Quite slow. I'm not 100% sure who I hit. Or who hit me in turn 1. I don't necessarily think I hit them because I definitely ran wide going into turn 1, that's for sure. But I'm not 100% sure if I hit anybody. So if I hit somebody, I do apologize. Right, lower the ERS deployment. Got a yellow flag behind us. That indicates the car's moving slowly. Right, through the fast, turn 11. Up to turn 12. For turn 13. Oh, a little wide in turn 14. Very wide in turn 14. Oh, who spun? Somebody's gone off. Somebody's gone off in the back there. I can't see my friend Senna anywhere, so I don't know what fully happened. Fastest first sector. Tag says the AI punted me of mid-apex. Oh, God. That's interesting, because the AI in this year's game so far have been nothing but, you know, they've been tough but fair. That's the first instance I've seen or heard of so far where the AI have actively punted somebody off. So, apologies to you, my friend. That does not sound like fun. Fortunately for me, I'm pulling out a gap to the AI behind. So, me getting punted is unlikely. I have to lower the ERS again.
Okay, entering lap
34.8.
DRS has been enabled.
Just gotta now keep calm, keep focused, keep consistent, and we should have a clean run to the end of the race. I have no idea if the other two real-life drivers who are in this race are still in the race, but I would say, based on the grid number, that they are.
Reduce ERS deployment.
Because if they weren't, we'd be at P17. There'd be 17 cars running. Let's hope that either of them aren't one of these idiots who likes to stay by the start-finish line and then take people out. Because I did see a car by the start-finish straight, or on the start-finish straight, not moving. Apologies for that. But I couldn't do anything. I had to kind of keep my hands on the wheel. Or otherwise I would have lost time. Right, is that car still on the pit straight? No. So clearly he got moving. Pulling out a gap to the AI behind. Right, everything going well so far. Alright. Lap 4 of 5. We are leading by over 3 seconds. My friend Senna was taken out by the AI going through turn 13. Going into turn 14. There should be 2 other drivers. Oh, apparently my friend Senna is still in the race. And he's setting the fastest lap. He's taking me thunder away from me. I completely forget about that fast. I've actually completely forgotten that this game will of course have the fastest point lap provided you're in the top 10. I'm pretty sure in Carrera I haven't yet received it, but that's because I've been driving a Haas, so... Alright, last lap, here we go.
This is your final lap of the race.
Alright, good run through turn 1 and 2. Let's try and see if we can't one up on my friend Senna and go for the fastest lap. Can't remember what his lap time was, but we're going to try. We're a couple tenths up on our fastest lap so far. Good run through the chicane on the back straight. Well, I thought it was a good run. We've lost time. Alright, we're about nearly 2 tenths up. Through Scene. Right, through the fast turn 10. Turn 11, sorry. I mean, both turn 10 and turn 11 are quite fast, so I mean... Right, we're still 2 tenths up. Right, get turn 14. Smash turn 14 so we can smash turn 15. Get the car in. Easy on the power. We're going to get fastest lap? No! 1:34.7. Damn, it was so close as well. Oh, we have a yellow flag in Sector 3. Well, we did at least. Where's my friend Senna? He is currently ahead of RVT 1000RR, who's currently in 16th. Senna's in 15th. And coming around the final corner to finish off the lap. DT Raj was disqualified. RVT looks. It looks like with a bit of practice, he'll be a good driver. Maybe also a bit more familiarity with the circuit wouldn't go amiss either. Alright, so another relatively strong finish. Unfortunately, disappointingly enough, our friend Tag got punted off by one of the AI going into turn 14, which is always frustrating. So that was always a positive. Tag says, I went to the pits to make repairs for fresh rubber, then made a recharge lap, then went for the kill. And I tell you what, my friend, the kill did work for you. You got the fastest lap, which ended up being, what was the fastest lap in the end? I was a 1:34.7. Your fastest time was a 1:34.5. So not far off. Only a couple tenths in it. And I mean, you know, could I have found that couple tenths in, you know, cornering performance? I mean, sure. But, I mean, let's be honest. Realistically, you know, that extra straight line speed probably did help you a great deal. Did I get booted from my own server? Not 100% sure. Oh, I think we've unlocked some badges. We have. And they are ranking badges based on our performance so far. Have we unlocked any? We have not. Tag says, okay, I had so much fun. Thanks for the great racing. Peace out. You're very welcome, my friend. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you again some point in the future, my friend. Alright, what we might do now is let us jump into the ranked lobbies, and let's see where our placement gets us. Never mind, the game's gonna crash. Basilizer says, hello again, Mr. Haysom. Hello, my friend. How are you doing today? My PS4 has full-on frozen. Oh, wait, here we go. Yep. Oh, well. Alright. Space Lady said had an awesome stream today. Well, that's very good, my friend. What was your stream today? Let's have... let's have a look. Oku Dracula Kun. Castlevania Anniversary Collection. Okay, very cool. Very, very cool. It's always good when you have a good stream day. Space Laser says, retro content, my friend. Hey man, I'm all for retro content. What have I streamed already in the past? I streamed Star Wars Dark Forces. I streamed Doom. The original Doom. See, the great thing about being a variety streamer is I can literally stream whatever I want. So, at some point I do plan to do more retro related content, but I suppose it also depends on what you define as retro. Right, let's properly get into some ranked races now. 25 laps, yeah. One of the things I'm actually looking forward to is next year going to Japan and just buying retro games like a motherfucker. So looking forward to that. That is going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, no, but yeah, it's always a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, so we are going to do some ranked racing until I get my placement, and then that will wrap us up for today. So yeah, Spazelizer says retro is probably anything over 20 years old. Okay, so that would make it 1999. So I could play the original Gran Turismo. I could play basically anything from the original PlayStation earlier than 999, anything on the N64 earlier than 999. Probably just get away with Dreamcast, Saturn, Jaguar, all those consoles. Okay, now my problem with Germany is I don't know what setup to run because I haven't yet run Germany in the game. So we'll just run my default setup. My intention is actually to start doing some retro stuff, when we start, when I start getting more of that stuff, is start doing more retro console stuff. Once I start getting my hands on it. Unfortunately, I don't yet have my hands on enough to do some retro related content, or I don't have the means of being able to do it in a good way. I think it's probably the better way of putting it. Ooh, don't get on the grass. Keep it straight. Alright. Kind of a somewhat messy lap so far. I'm not overly happy with the lap so far. Alright, coming through stadium section. I have no idea where this is going to place me. Position-wise, I don't know who I'm racing against skill-wise at all. Okay, fast lap was a 13.2 and I was a 14.4. Space Laser says, when they announced Phantasy Star Online 2, I just about shat myself, but hundreds of hours into the original. I think probably the only game that I've put multiple, hundreds of hours into and multiple hundreds of hours into is Gran Turismo 3. But I mean, for the most part, I don't really put... Oh, and maybe Roller Coaster Tycoon. The original Roller Coaster Tycoon probably also as well. Yeah, the original Roller Coaster Tycoon as well, I've probably put in over 200 hours into easily. I love the original Roller Coaster Tycoon. I have a massive affinity for that game. I love it so much. So yeah, no, I love that game so much. So might even do some Roller Coaster Tycoon on stream. I mean, we're going back to Planet Coaster probably in our next lot of streams. Because I did kind of promise that, and I fell a little short over exam time. But yeah, so if you like a bit of Planet Coaster content, that's going to be coming your way very soon, my friends. as well as at some point we're going to be going back to City Skylines. We're going to be doing Halo Halo Master Chief Collection's coming out on PC soon, so we're going to be doing that. I do have a list somewhere of games that I do want to stream that is not on me right now. I think we're going to be doing some of the original Ratchet and Clanks as well. Yeah, so there's a lot of good games coming up on the horizon, my friends, for streams. So make sure you are followed for that, and make sure you do share the channel, guys, so we do grow our little community here, and so your friends can come check out the cool content that I make here. And hopefully you find it cool too. Oh, a little wide. As we proved in our last stream, me in the wet is very not a good thing. And also, racing with people I'm not 100% sure about is also very dangerous. So we're going to go to the outside of this Vettel bloke here. Going to brake just before 100 meters because, again, they're probably all going to run wide, as I predicted. Space Laser says, do you like any of the other Tycoon games? I'm a big fan of Zoo Tycoon. The original Zoo Tycoon I'm a big fan of, so I'm looking forward to Planet Zoo, obviously. Oh, we all ran wide! We all ran wide. Yeah, big fan of Zoo Tycoon. But outside of that, I haven't really played an awful lot of them. I do like Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 as well as the original Roller Coaster Tycoon, but I have more of an affinity for the original Roller Coaster Tycoon. Oh, wide again. So yeah, but yeah, outside of those, haven't really played many other of the Tycoon games. But definitely would like to. Space Laser says, Jared is triggered. Yes, very much triggered. Well, we're all running wide, for God's sake. Space Laser asks Hospital Tycoon. No, I've never played Hospital Tycoon, unfortunately. I've always thought about it, but I've just never gotten around to it. And my backlog is so huge and I play so many games that it's one of those situations where I could get to it eventually one day, but I don't know when that one day will be. I could do it on a stream, but the other thing I have to think about is, you know, part of me also has to think about, okay, will it actually get any viewership, and if not, then is there much point in streaming it? Even though, you know, part of it's like, you know, I could stream it for fun, sure, that's great. But if people aren't interested in watching it, then, you know, I'm not really going to. Because that Hospital Tycoon is one of those games where I'd like to play it, but I'm more likely to play it for a stream. But at the same time, I'm not going to stream it if no one really wants to watch it. So there you go. Anyway, right, we are currently in 4th, and we just ran wide again. Right, I don't know where this. I'm just going to let him through. I do not trust myself. Oh, shit! Well, that went well. So Space Laser says, backlogs. I hate getting 5 or more games deep into a backlog. Yeah, unfortunately, my backlog is probably like 20 plus games deep at this point. And it doesn't help that, you know, I add games to it like all the time. Because I'm a collector, so like I'm always getting new games, and the problem, of course, with that is that in always getting new games, it means I'm always adding games to the backlog that I want to play. So I have to really pick and choose what I want to play, especially now that I'm streaming. You know, I really have to decide what I'm going to play on stream, what I'm going to play off stream, and then also is something stream worthy. So as I run wide again and spin. This is not going well. Me starting to think that I should just give up on this race and start a new one in the dry. Just get out of it. Get out of it. Get out of it. So... Oh, don't forget, guys, I'm not sponsored by Steam or anything, but Steam Summer Sale currently on. I haven't gotten anything from it yet, and I don't know if I will, but do remember, guys, it is on. So, you know, if you're interested in checking some stuff out, make sure you go over to Steam and have yourself a look-see. I have not actually had myself a major look-see on it, which is funny, because... Yeah, let's not do that lobby. Any lobby but that one. Because those are all the people that are probably going to be mad at me for, like, spinning them around. Even though it wasn't on purpose. I don't like spinning people on purpose. I'm not that type of person. I am a clean driver as much as I can possibly be. It's still the same lobby. Fuck. Please give me another lobby that isn't that one. Thank you. So what is on sale? Fine, we'll stick with this fucking lobby then, since you're so desperate to stick me in this lobby and get hated by and absolutely shat on by everybody. What is on sale? What is on sale? What is on sale? Under 10 bucks. Oh, Paper Please is $6. Oh, but that's coming out on Vita. Decisions. Because it's coming out on Vita, I don't want to play it. At least not yet. Fallout 4 is still $25. How? Please stop downloading. That was dumb to open Steam during the middle of a stream. Yes. Space Laser says, I look at my backlog in terms of hours. If I have 5 games that require 100 hours each, that's 500 hours worth of content. That's intimidating. Oh, yeah, I bet it is. And I mean, especially if you've got, like... I think on my backlog I have a lot. Hold on. How dark am I right now? Might just... And the Lord said, let there be more light. Here we go. What did I do? Oh, nothing. Let me look at this backlog here that I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of them are JRPGs. Looking at this backlog. What else was supposed to be in here that I was going to show you, but now I can't remember. Yeah, no, so... Yeah, RPGs can be the one intimidating thing of having a backlog. Any RPG or JRPG can be like the one intimidating thing of having a backlog. So... I try, you know, what's funny is I do try to play the JRPGs so that I don't have to have them on the backlog, but then I never fucking play them. That's the problem. I never get around to them. I never play them. So, anyway. All right. I don't know what we're waiting for here. What are we waiting for? I want to get back to the racing. Space Lasers, the second half of the year is going to kill my wallet and my backlog. Oh, I'm exactly the same. I fortunately, as I mentioned at the start of the stream, I picked up 2 more games for my collection, 2 Switch games, Super Mario Bros. U, Super Mario Maker 2, and I'm pretty sure this came out yesterday or something. But yeah, that killed my wallet. Ah, see, I knew it! I knew it! I knew they were fucking gonna vote to kick me! I knew it! I knew if I came back to this lobby, they were going to fucking vote to kick me. Okay, fine. I'm not wanted. I'll leave. Sorry I span you round once, okay? It was an honest mistake. I let you through, kid, okay? Sorry. Jesus Christ. So sorry, I ruined my race just as much as I ruined your race. I spun as well. Wasn't as if I was trying to spin you, dickhead. You didn't learn to turn in on people, I wouldn't have hit you. Why is it making us keep joining the same fucking lobby? Ah! Stop making us join same lobby every time. They do not like me in that lobby. Hui, you make me join same lobby. Hui, 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 hui. Give me new lobby, please. Thank you. I want new lobby. Wow. Give me a new lobby, that's my own fucking lobby. Space Laser says Dragon Quest Builders 2 is a massive game and I still yet to play Dragon Quest 11. I've always been interested in Dragon Quest. But there was... Oh no, it wasn't Dragon Quest Heroes or something like it. It was... I was thinking of a different game. Do you know what I wish there was? And I'm not sure if this exists, and it may. And I feel like I've seen it somewhere. And I feel there is a game called Dragon Quest Heroes. Yeah, there is. But it's not... Oh, it is! Yes! Yeah. So what I want to play is I want to play Dragon Quest Heroes, which is like a combination of Dragon Quest and... Dynasty Warriors, because I fucking love Dynasty Warriors. I fucking love Dynasty Warriors. And, yeah, I really want to play that game. That is definitely a game that I'm fucking getting on Switch. Okay, game, fuck you. You've been a pain. That is definitely a game that I'm getting on Switch when I go to Japan next year. I'm absolutely getting those games. Right. Because this game's decided to be a bitch, we're going to end the stream here because fuck everybody. I'm sorry if you're under the age of 18, but this is a mature mark stream, so you know, there's not a lot I can do for you apart from apologize and tell you that it's a mature mark stream and that you'll hear at your own risk, and that if you don't enjoy me ranting, bye. Jesus Christ. Space Laser says, what about Dragon Quest Heroes 2? Yeah, I'm going to try and get both. I think there was a dual pack or something that was released. Let me look at PlayAsia quickly before I go. Dragon Quest Heroes. I'm pretty sure... Yes, there was a dual pack that was released for Switch in Japan, and that's probably the one I'll get. And I think it comes with the cards. Not 100% sure. yeah, you both games on one cart and blah 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 blah. So yeah, that's probably what I'll end up getting. Because I fucking like, I love Dynasty Warriors. And I also played like Hyrule Warrior Legends, which was like the Zelda version of that game. And then there's another one which is Fire Emblem Heroes, which is kind of in that same vein, I think. Not 100% sure. Yeah, Fire Emblem Warriors. Here we go. Yeah, that one also is kind of like a thing. Anyway, right. Okay, I'm going to go now before I lose more of my shit. It's been nice talking to you all. It's been nice to do some nice racing with you guys. Thank you to everyone who watched on live. Thank you to everyone who chatted along with me. Make sure, guys, that if you are new here, I hope you liked your time here enough to consider subscribing consider following or maybe even subscribing. One comes before the other. If you're a returning viewer, make sure you do share the channel, guys. This week, honestly, has been probably my best week in streaming ever. And great appreciation for all of you people out there. Got my first subscriber, a huge jump in followers. So thank you very, very much. You've all been fantastic. Much appreciation, and I'm looking forward to starting the new stream schedule next week. We will be ending our time with F1 2019 here, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be moving back to Planet Coaster for a little bit and then moving on to something else after that. So yeah, new stream schedule starting Monday. I'm just trying to think of what else to say. Make sure you do follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jared_Hasten. Go join the Discord server, add me on PSN, Xbox Live, Switch, all that stuff. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I shall see you guys later. I don't know exactly what day, most likely Monday, but there could be something tomorrow, but yeah, I don't know. So anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have fun. Cheers.